Salutations, Utopians. Amazing night tonight in the association. Another big time showdown. Season tickets were record prices. Bronny James and the LAKERS versus the number one pick, Cooper FLAGG of the Dallas Mavericks. As you all know, this was greatly anticipated because this is the first real full off season without Luka, and this is the heir to the throne. Obviously, number 32 has high expectations and billings that he needs to live up to. And tonight, it was front and center displayed what he was about. First and foremost, let's address the elephant in the room. Cooper FLAGG had 10 points, 5 of 21, 0 of 5 from 3, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Now, I know on the surface level it looks bad, but let's use case study. Ace Bailey, just to put things in perspective, first game was also a wreck. When you're a high pick and you're expected to be a franchise scorer and you got all this stuff surrounding you, questions, this man probably did more interviews than he did playing basketball or train in the last month. So for me, I'm going to give him grace. I think that was first game jitters. You got to realize there's nothing like game speed. There's no workout drill or anything that can mimic what especially a summer league game is. Think bubble Miami Heat. That's the kind of defense you see in the summer league. And so bunch of hungry no-name guys who are trying to overachieve and make a play for their family. Referees are not going to bail you out. And that guy went out and played, and he scored through an and one. Just some of the buckets he made, you see the flashes of brilliance. The baseline fadeaway like a real primetime hooper. The play where the guy tried to flag him down, so to speak, pun intended, and he went through the contact and got the and one. Listen, tonight, if anything, he gained a little more of my respect. I seen the physicality, the strongness. I know people are wanting to anoint him Scottie Pippen, Kawhi Leonard. I'm not going to put him in that royalty. I called him prime Chandler Parsons. I still kind of maintain that. But what I really like about him is the old school mentality, the grit and grind mentality. This is a guy who, even though he's had a lot of things go in his favor, he plays like a dude who's hungry and he's starving. And I don't think we should make too much of it. The hype machine, that was not a regular summer league game. You can feel when people are there to watch you as a fan and when people are trying to watch you as a we don't know what to expect / pundit and skeptic. That energy is a little bit different. And so the glimpses, the flashes that he showed today, the mental strength, that was probably the most important thing. He showed that. And he made some big time plays defensively. He showed his rim protecting skills. He showed how active his hands are. He's not afraid to get in the grill defensively. There's a lot to like about Cooper, and I think with the Anthony Davis, with the D'Angelo Russell, with the gap two big lineup, they're going to be in the top category in terms of just defense, and we know what defense does. So let's be clear. While people want to be skeptical, don't forget they still got Walker on the roster, at least for right now. There's no pressure on this guy right now, and nowhere to go but up. Don't let them fool you. I'm very impressed with with what he did. Forget statistically, it's the first game. Take a deep breath and don't overreact. With that being said, Nembhard, brother of Andrew Nembhard, NBA Finals hero for the Indiana Pacers, despite not winning a championship. Yes, he's still a hero. And let me be very clear. Let me take this opportunity to let everyone know. Yes, Tyrese Halliburton will be missing the entire season. However, they are in great hands, and there's nothing to worry about. He showed that against one of the greatest on-ball defensive teams in the finals, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Nembhard Andrew showed up, and his brother did the same thing in the G League today. In the Summer League. Trending topic, amazing work, 21 points. Went out there, dropped 5 assists, showed the shot creating prowess. Some people were calling him, drawing comparisons to Jalen Brunson. I wouldn't go to that extreme, but that's ideally who he was showing glimpses of. That shot creating, operating out of the mid-range, that sudden stop and go action. It's too bad we're not going to get to see him learn under Sham God, who's going to Orlando, but it's very exciting to watch his ability out there. Kind of at moments makes you wonder, is the PG1 spot completely locked up for the entire year. You could see him being TJ McConnell, DeAndre Nemhard, or you could just see him honestly take over that one spot, especially knowing how streaky D'Angelo Russell can be. Don't sleep on it. Anything is truly possible over there. There's a couple guys, uh, I'm sorry, not Fears, Sears, Sears. There's another guy I want to bring up who's in a prime opportunity to really show his ability. Um, but there's some point guards in this class that are in a position where they could be PG1 at some point in the season, and he's a likely candidate. He's got to make sure though that he keeps his eye on the prize and remembers that he can't be a ball stopper. But it's really great to have that safety blanket out there to command and demand attention um, while Cooper Flagg is on the floor. So that's exactly, if he doesn't do anything else, that's amazing. For that role in and of itself is special, and I'm sure he'll get blessed down the line tenfold for doing that. Bronny looked very confident tonight. He only went 2 for 8 and 1 for 6, but he's definitely playing with a certain confidence. You see him jaw jacking at Flagg. That was really what you wanted out of him today, just to see the confidence and play the villain role a little bit. 2 rebounds, 2 assists, but he was just overall very impressive with just his command and his alpha presence in the huddle. That's kind of the things you want to see. The story of the Lakers is Dalton Connect. He had a north of 20 performance last game, even though it didn't really do too much for me. And then he had another 15. Today he went 6 of 16, 3 of 7 from 3, 4 rebounds. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still, like, you see how Flagg didn't have a crazy statistical performance, but you've seen the flashes. I'm not seeing the flashes right now from Dalton. And I'm still getting a feeling of time for a new change of scenery. I'm not enjoying what I'm seeing from him at the moment. The mojo, the vibes. Big fan of him. He was done wrong. He should not have got benched when he was feeling, but that's how life is sometimes. And I need him to boss up. And I need him to get nasty out there. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you're in a great opportunity. You're around a $20 billion franchise, and he needs to act like it. No matter how they're yelling at you or whatever your pride, your ego is, I understand you're not with all that Hollywood glitz and glamour nonsense, but you got to play the part. You're in a prime opportunity where you get to be around Luka and LeBron, 2 first ballot Hall of Famers. You got to use this moment to really thrive. And right now, the energy is not given somebody who's honored to be there, but a guy who's still kind of disturbed at the fact that he was moved at the trade deadline only to return. Use it as fuel, not as a reason to feel betrayed. Hope this video was informative, Utopians. I'll try to do better next time. Global out.